They are a wonder to behold. They are practically kids, and yet they claw their way up in order for them to reach success. In our episode in Dynamic Youth, we'd like to feature working students, working scholars, from a hard work to a professional. And we'd like to welcome to our episode tonight. We are actually right here at the very heart of Capital University. We'd like to welcome our guests, our students, and our faculty members. And of course, I'd like to welcome first my guests for this episode. We have here Mr. Chris Lucero, a faculty in the English Department. Good evening po sa inyo, sir.
Good evening, Doc, and good evening po sa lahat na nandito. At of course, sa mga viewers at home.
Okay. And of course, we have Miss Fiona Cabrillos. She's also a faculty in the English Department, another working scholar. Good evening po.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to all of us here. And I'm so blessed that I have been invited to be here and to, in one way or another, inspire people.
Yes. And of course, we have Miss Marlene Hubayan. She's the administrative assistant as of today. And she used to be a working student too. Good evening to you, Marlene.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, everyone. And it's a privilege to be part of the show.
And of course, hindi po pwede kompleto ang ating Ricardo sa ating show kung wala naman ang ating guidance counselor, because our guidance counselor will try to share her views and comments and opinions on what makes a person succeed, no? Kasi hindi biro ang mag-aral at the same time magtrabaho. I'd like to welcome Dr. Eleanor Buot.
Good evening, Doc. Good evening, all of you here. And to all our televiewers, good evening.
Opo. And syempre, hindi din kumpleto ang aking dynamic youth kung wala din ang aking dynamic na partner. Ael?
Good evening, Doc. Now tonight, we will be talking about inspirations and stories about students who become now professionals, their stories of hard work and success. And together with me are the students of the Capital University. Patikim pa lang yan. Back to you, Doc.
Yes, pasimula pa lang yan. So please stay tuned to Hope Channel. Let's start off by asking our guidance counselor. Ma'am, heto pong Capital University is known for its scholarship programs. So paano po ba, una, paano sila makakapasok noon? Pangalawa, talaga po bang may tinatawag na scholarship program?
Capital University is offering scholarship grants, and it comes in different types. So we have academic scholarship. We also have athletic scholarship. We have cultural scholarship. We also have working scholarship. And we also have foundation scholarship, like the Sisenio S. Rosales Foundation Scholarship, the Madame Rosales Foundation Scholarship, and we also have the Velis Paterno Scholarship, and we also have other, we offer a lot of scholarship.
So, pag sinabi po nating working student, kasi syempre, minsan yung iba kasi, these are scholarship grants, di po ba? So, ipagkaibahin muna natin. Pag sinabi nating scholarship grant at saka isang working student, sanang mas mahirap doon i-attain yung maging working ka na estudyante upang, to pay off your tuition fee, o ikang grantee ng isang scholarship foundation?
I would say equally, these scholarship are, how do you call that? Difficult. And maybe I could say that the most difficult one is the working scholarship, because they will be working and studying at the same time.
Opo. Ma'am, pag sinabi po natin na heto, yung mga nanonood sa atin, minsan kasi ang isang sasabihin nila, kaya ako hindi nakapagtapos kasi wala kaming pera. Do you think and do you believe that everybody has a chance and should have the chance to obtain a college education?
I believe on the saying, poverty is not a hindrance to success.
Okay. Napakaganda nun, no? Poverty is never a hindrance to success. Let's start off with Marlene. Marlene, ikaw ay dating working scholar, working student, di po ba? Kasi yata, eto si Ma'am Fiona and si Sir Chris, these are scholarship grantees. you're also a working scholar, Sir
Yes.
Chris?
Yes, Doc.
Okay, so dalawa kayo. Si Ma'am Fiona ang naiiba. So, unahin ko muna si Marlene. Why did you, choose to work in order for you to attain a college degree? Kasi po pwede naman tayo, di ba, lalo na mga Pilipino, pwede namang sabihin natin na hanggang dito lang naman kasi ako dahil wala naman kami, di ba? O kaya naman yung iba dahil sa kahirapan, wala nang ambisyon na makatapos pa. Di ba? So kayo, ano yung nag-udyok sa inyo? What motivated you to work in order for you to gain an education?
Well, actually, when I was first year college, I was a regular student. Before the semester end, my mother told me that she can no longer support me for the following semester. And that time, I heard most of my classmates were working scholars, so I had already a clue. Siguro, I really wanted to pursue my ambition in life. Kasi opportunity ko na ito makapag-aral. So, I completed all the requirements needed for a working students. So I undergo exams and then took interviews. And then luckily I was hired and I was assigned at the College of Nautical Studies, now College of Maritime Education, and even until now I'm still working in the college.
So, sinabi mo, Marlene, na first year, okay, regular student ka. And then after that, something went wrong. And then financially, so nag-opt ikaw na ipagpatuloy mo. Because it would have been easier to just say, okay, wala na So magtrabaho na lang ako, maging tindera ako, maging ano na ako, di ba? How long did it take you, yung number of years ng yung course? What was your course?
I took Bachelor of Elementary Education.
Okay, so you're a teacher.
Yes.
You wanted to become a teacher. So how long did it take you, before you finished and graduated?
Actually, it takes 5 years for me because I am not carrying regular units during my college year. We are only allowed to carry 18 units every semester.
Okay, so dapat ang College of Education should be 4 years. So
Yes.
sa iyo, umabot ka ng
It takes
5 years.
5 years.
So isang taon lang ang nadagdag.
Yes.
Puntahan natin si Sir Chris. Sir Chris, you are also a product, of working as a student in order for you to attain. Ano po ang natapos po natin?
I finished Bachelor of Arts in English, so AB English, and it took me 4 years exactly to finish the course. Kasi unlike the other courses, fewer units yung offered sa AB sa course ko sa AB English. So I was able to finish it for 4 years exactly.
So hindi masyadong na-delay, so to speak.
Hindi.
Kasi 4 years lang man ang AB English,
Yes
right?
po.
And
Yes
yet
po.
you finished it on time
Yes
at
po.
4 years. So, si Ma'am Fiona, you are a grantee. Di po ba? Cultural yata yon.
Yes.
So, ano po ang
So-
natapos natin ngayon?
The same with Sir Chris. I am a graduate of Bachelor of Arts in English.
So, how many years did it take?
It took me also 4 years to finish it.
Kaya ko po tinatanong sa inyo yan because ang concept ng tao, pag working student ka, it may take you instead of 4 years, magiging 10 years. Sa sobrang haba, parang ang tagal-tagal bago matapos yon. So we'd like to correct that misconception na yung iba ayaw nilang mag-working kasi ang feeling nila sobrang bagal, sobrang tagal bago sila matapos. So you are living testaments to that, no? So let's talk about paano ninyo naisipan na maging grantee kayo ng scholarship o kaya na maging working scholar kayo na when in fact you could have had other options, where your life may have been different from what you are today. Let's start with Sir Chris.
For me, actually, enrolling to college was not in my plan when I graduated high school kasi even during in high school, I already struggled financially and I was studying in a public school and I imagined na now that I am in a public school, ganito na yung experience ko, how much more if I am in college? Even if I would have a scholarship, I was thinking, how about the projects? How about the other things to pay for college? And so, actually, I was out of school for 7 years. I graduated at 2002, but I only enrolled in 2009 because that is when I really realized that a college degree is very important, especially nowadays. That, of course, if you want to land a better job, you really have to have a diploma. And so I heard of this working scholarship in Capital University. At first, I was very hesitant because I was thinking na hindi ko kaya to kasi I was out of school for 7 years and stuff like that. But then the desire to really finish or to have a degree is what really pushed me. And so I grabbed the opportunity because I heard from my friends who are also working scholars here in CU, and they're the ones actually who encouraged me. So, Kuya, they call me Kuya. Kuya, if we have done it, I know that you can because we know your capability. So that actually encouraged me. So, yun, and the rest are...
The rest is history. Okay. What about Ma'am Fiona? What made you be a scholarship grantee? And hindi ba mahirap nung time na yon?
Actually, I was already a member of the said organization when I was in high school. And then I just have heard that Capital University was also granting scholarship for students who are gifted with such talent. Therefore, I have grabbed the opportunity to be able to be in a scholarship program in such a way that I could also help my parents, though somehow they can provide, but then I took some initiative. Maybe later on, if there is a necessity of money, then in one way or another, I can already help. It was indeed hard because it is a different thing to dance, practice, and go home late at night, and then still has to work on your assignments or study for a quiz, and then by the day after, you have to attend to class again, and then ready for the quiz or pass your assignments. It was difficult, but then I thank the Lord because He gave me the strength, He gave me the courage and the wisdom for me to be able to juggle while dancing and as well as studying.
Okay. What about you, Marlene? Was it difficult also for you, or was it just as easy as just like parang estudyante lang ako na regular na binabayaran ng mga magulang ko yung tuition fee?
Actually, this was very, very difficult on my part. Just like Sir Chris, talagang mahirap buhay namin eh. Studying college was not totally part of my plan. Kasi my father is just a tricycle driver. My mother is just a beautician in a parlor. So yung kinikita nila sapat lang sa pagkain namin 5 magkakapatid at sa mga pangangailangan namin sa bahay. Tapos I'm the eldest. So iniisip ko rin na paano for the rest of our life ganito mahirap na lang kami. So my mom pushed me nga mag-aral talaga. So ni-shoulder niya ang 1 semester. Alam ko baon siya sa utang that time. Because my father, palati niya akong sinisisi na kaya tayo naghirap dahil sa pag-aaral mo. So, difficult, masakit sa part ko. Kaya, that time that I applied scholarship, the working scholar, I didn't tell my parents. It was my initiative to apply. And then I just simply told them na na-hired na ako and I have a chance to continue my college.
Heto, Doktora, hearing the 3 of them, merong certain mindset Heto sila, common to the 3 of them, which is actually to succeed, di po ba? So ano po ba dapat ang mindset ng isang tao o isang estudyante na kulang ang pera and yet gusto talagang makatapos?
They should have determination to finish or to reach their goals in life. They should be hardworking. They should persevere. And they should be systematic in whatever they should do.
Gusto ko yung sinabi niyo po na systematic kasi it's more of time management, di po ba? So you were able to do that. You were able to manage your time properly, di po ba?
Yes, in my experience kasi, there are some working scholars enrolled in the same course as I am, but then it took them 4 years and 1 sem. But from what I saw from them is that hindi nila inisip yung what subjects to take at during summer. Kasi ako, inisip ko na lahat na pag ganito kinuha ko, can I still get subjects on the regular semesters? So I really planned kung anong mga subjects to get in semester or regular semesters and then summer. So, yun. And then, although there are some problems, but then, like, conflict yung mga schedules, but then, they only have to exhaust some, ano ba, ways. Kasi for me, in one of my experience, I did parang an exchange of the subject para makuha ko talaga siya and to finish it right in time for
So in
4 years.
other words, what you're trying to tell our viewers, Sir Chris, hindi lang determinasyon ang kailangan, kundi kailangan marunong ka rin paano mo i-structure lahat.
Yes,
Para
yes po.
maano mo siya, mapagkasya mo lahat
Yes
sila.
po.
Now we have actually in our midst, Ael. Where's my co-host?
Yes,
Ael. Meron tayo dito sa ating mga viewers natin, audience natin,
Alright.
who are currently working scholars, di ba?
Yes, Doc. I would like to ask them to stand, the working scholars of Capital U. All right, can we have a round of applause for them? All right.
And yes, please, you
Give me
can
a
sit. Yeah, and I'd like any one of you to answer this. What made you decide to juggle your work and your studies? Na hindi naman siya talaga, plaything. It's something that is very, very difficult to do.
Right, can we have? All right.
By the way, my name is Rafi Kananan. I'm a marketing management third-year student, and I'm currently serving the Computer Studies Dean's Office. I'm their secretary. So the main purpose why I am into this kind of scholarship is that our family is currently facing financial deficiencies. So the main purpose why I'm here, because I have the goal and I am dreaming that maybe someday I could change my life. And with all proper means, I realized that through proper time management somehow, I could not be able to face any problems that could interfere my goal. And somehow faith in God could really help me urge to continue things as possible.
Okay. What about another AL is
Someone-
one of them again.
Can we have the lady?
Yeah. What is the downside? What is the downside or the disadvantage or disadvantages of being a working scholar?
Thank you, Paul, for that wonderful question. Well, good evening, everyone. I am Jasmine Isario, and I am an education student, second year, and I am currently serving the university library. So I think the negative side of being a working scholar is that you don't have enough time to study, and there's a battle in your mind on how you can manage your time to study and how you can manage your time also in duty. And there's a pressure. You need to manage your pressure so that you can reach your goal. So that's it.
Okay. What about another one? How would you have you ever wished na you were a regular student?
Right, so your name also?
Good evening. I am Elton James Camino, education student, elementary education. In my part, yes, I have also a wish to be a regular student because in my part as a future teacher, it is hard for me to manage my time between my practicum someday and to be a working scholar because our practicum really takes time because we prepare our visual aids, all our reports because we are molding the young mind to build their better life for their bright future. I wish to be a regular student so that I have enough time to prepare all the things that require in my college so that I can help the young mind.
Okay. Salamat, AL. Narinig mo yun? Ikaw kaya, sa tingin mo, kayang-kaya mong gawin yung ginagawa nila ngayon?
I was once too a working student at Mountain View College.
Wow. So, you can feel and understand how they are
Yes,
and
Doc.
what they're going through now.
Yes, Doc.
Okay. Balik tayo dito sa ating mga panelists. So, narinig po natin yung ating mga working scholars at narinig din po natin yung inyong mga experiences. Heto naman ang tanong ko sa inyo. Now that you are already really working for the institution, let's start with the teachers muna. Do you have students in your class who are also working scholars?
This semester wala kasi I am handling all nautical students, so walang if there are hindi yung sa school na working student, but last semester I was handling one class BSBA students. I had, and I really asked them, sinong mga working students dito. And so,
Do you give special considerations for the working scholars?
not really special in a way na, sige, pasado na to kasi alam ko naman yung pinagdadaanan ng batang ito. But special in a way that I really give time to speak to them na hindi porket ganito, hindi porket ganyan, na you are juggling your studies and your work na parang hindi na kailangan na, or there is an excuse para hindi maganda yung performance sa class. So siguro yun yung special doon kasi I talk to them. Pero with regards to parang computing their grades, it's just the same with the other students.
What about Ma'am Fiona? Eh, syempre, do you also have working scholars in your
Yes,
class?
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when you see them, do you see yourself in them?
Very, very much, because I have AB students right now. Though they're not in the dance troupe, they are in the glee club. So I can see how they also ask my permission to be excused in class because they're gonna attend to such an invitation in singing to a certain program like that. So I could understand with their situation. And in other cases, like the SAs, really the student assistants, they are under my class right now, the BA students also. So I can see myself in such a way that they are also doing good, though others are maybe striving very hard, maybe in managing their time and in facing such difficulties, or even in simple photocopy or submission of their requirements, maybe a little writing only, not encoding it, like that. So those are some just instances.
So, for both of you, do you see, or can you say na there's really a difference between a regular student and a working scholar in terms of una, performance, pangalawa, in terms of attitude, and third, in terms of the way they juggle one problem to the next? Let's start with Sir Chris.
Yes, I can see really difference kasi when yung unang-una yung mga in terms of their character as students, maybe because also of the ratio in the class kasi there are quite many regular students who are not really that focused and their studies compared to these working scholars who you can really see na minsan pumapasok sa klase na may paawis, yung ganon, and then parang parang an hour ago lang ginawa yung requirement kasi siguro yun lang yung time niya to do that. So parang mga ganon, and then comparing it to the regular students who probably have so much time to do the requirements, parang ganon.
Yet kulang
and yet,
pa rin
yes.
sa kanilang sinasubmit.
Yes.
Marlene, ikaw naman Marlene, heto nakita mo yung mga working scholars kasi nagtatrabaho ka na talaga ngayon. Do you feel a special kind of bonding with them? Na para bang, pag nakita mo nag-e-excel sila, do you feel na, I'm so very proud of this particular student kasi I can see myself na ganito din ako noon and nag-struggle ako.
Yes, and in our office, I have 4 working students who are also like me before. So I never pressure them when it comes to work. So I give them time gani para mag-study. Kay I don't want them to be like me nga over-struggling sa work before, sometimes no time to study na. And then pagdating sa class, more on stock knowledge and wild imagination. So I don't like to be
Wild
like
man
me,
talaga,
yes.
no?
Yes.
Hindi lang yung anong imagination. Si Doktora, ano po ang mga common problems na i-encounter ng ating mga working students, working scholars?
The common problem encountered by our working scholar is really on time management. But then, they overcome it by, as I have said, prioritizing other No, I mean to say, they try to postpone some of their immediate pleasure for future gains.
So, pumupunta din po ba sila sa office ninyo? Do you get to see these students come see you in your office and say, Doktora, talagang may problema ako. Ha? I need your help. I need your guidance.
Almost all students are called for counseling. But there are cases na some working students are really sent to the guidance office for counseling because of poor academic performance.
And you give them advice and motivate them.
Yes. And only very few of them are actually terminated due to failures. In our working scholarship program, because so we consider them as scholars, they should also excel academically. So we do not want them to fail. So before they fail, they should go to the guidance office or see the head of the working scholars.
Okay. So, balikan kita, Ael. Narinig
Yes, Doc.
natin yung pinaka-common na problem nila, di ba?
Alright.
Which is time management. Yes, I'd like you to ask our working scholars, one of the working scholars, any one of you, you'd like, how does your, being able to juggle 1 minute you have to study, the other one you have to work in order for you to be able to come up with what is required of you. How does it affect the different aspects of your life?
All right, we have here this gentleman. State your name and from what school.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rene Calma. I'm assigned in maintenance department. Para sa akin, ang
Yes, paano siya nakaka-affect sa different aspects ng buhay mo? Like your emotional state, your spirituality, yung iyong yung relationship mo, social life mo. So, naapektuhan ba itong lahat dahil kailangan mo yung oras mo sa pag-aaral at pagtatrabaho lang?
para sa akin, mahirap talaga maging isang working kasi binubuhos mo ang iyong sarili sa dalawang kibali sa pagtatrabaho, pag-aaral. Para sa akin, as a working student,
it's a challenge, right?
yes, challenge. But there are times that ang aking mga kaklase minsan ay mga friends masamang tingin nila sa amin kasi mababa lang kami, working lang kami, but hindi ko to binabaliwala ko lang sila kasi pag nakatapos ako, ang pamilya ko ay maging proud sa akin.
Yes, napakaganda naman. Let's give him a warm round of applause. Tael, I'd like to give it back to you for our trivia.
All right. Now, for our trivia, the question is, do you believe that dreams and ambitions can be achieved through hard work and perseverance? Now, we have here a very charming lady by the name of a very beautiful flower. From the education department, her name is?
Hello, good evening. My name is Rosemary.
All right. So, do you believe that dreams and ambition can be achieved through hard work and perseverance?
Yes, absolutely. I believe that dreams can be achieved through hard work and perseverance because as the saying goes, what you sow is what you reap. So if we really work hard and we really persevere in all the things that we do today, for sure we can achieve all the dreams and ambitions in the future.
That's your Binibining Pilipinas. Thank you. Now, can we have some more for our trivia? All right, we have here. Can you stand up, please? What's your name and from what college? Kalma lang, kalma. All right. Name and college.
Well, good evening, everyone. I am Marjon Sahal Pabaya, and I am from the College of Business Administration.
Business administration. Now, do you believe that dreams and ambitions can be achieved through hard work and perseverance?
Well, definitely, as the song goes, no, as nothing is impossible. If we have so much belief in ourselves, we can do such things which it's beyond our expectation as a student. And we may not see it now because success only waits for us. And I mean, we do have to strive hard in order for us to attain it. And dreams and ambitions, it is already innate in us. We have to work for it and believe in ourselves that we can do such thing.
Right. So everybody here, Doc, is really are quoting anything from the song, from a quote. Now, can we have one last one? Oh, we have here again a very charming lady. Now, do you believe that dreams and ambitions can be achieved through hard work and perseverance? But your name, please, first, ma'am.
Okay, I'm Jane Cabal of College of Education. Well, of course, I believe that hard work and perseverance is a part of our ambition, right? Wherein it is only a natural process in achieving our goals. In addition, we don't have those professional ones, or we don't have professional or successful ones here in the Philippines if we don't have perseverance and hard work in our life. Thank you.
So, Doc, they all believe that through perseverance and hard work, success and dreams can be achieved. Back to you, Doc.
Okay, we'll take a very short break, and when we return, we'll continue on with the dynamics of what is behind these working scholars and how they achieved their success where they are now.
We are people, and we love to get connected. We connect as families because of birth. We connect as friends because we click. And we connect as communities because we care. Seventh-day Adventists are people who connect in communities called congregations, which in turn connect to form conferences, who connect together to form unions, divisions, and the General Conference. Why do we connect? It starts with a connection to the Creator, who invites us on a spiritual journey. When we journey together, we can help each other along the way. This journey is a journey of a lifetime, and as we learn and grow, life becomes filled with meaning and purpose. Our greatest joy is in helping others along the way. Wherever you are on your journey, we believe that we have something to offer that can make your life more whole. So the next time you see a Seventh-day Adventist, remember, you're not looking at someone who stands alone. They are connected to a world church that has 18 million members, gathered in 13 divisions, comprised of 122 unions, formed by 600 conferences, serving in 140,000 congregations in 208 countries, who worship in 924 languages, and they all want to connect with you.
Unsa imong maingon sa atong mga working scholars?
Ako maingon sila bisag unsa pa kahago ang ilang kanang gipangbuhat bisag napa sila kanang mga ilang studies, pero still nga naningkamot gyapon sila para maka-eskwela lang sila, but at the end success man gyapon ang ilang kuan kay basta maningkamot lang sila sa ilang study, successful jud sila sa ilang kuan.
Successful student for me is have a passion, determination, and you love what you're doing, and then strive for your goal.
Hard work is mura na siya og imuhan ng fuel kay para magpadayon ka sa imong goals, so bali mo na siya mag-drive sa imo para magpadayon ka og imong ma-attain ang imong kailangan nga buhaton.
This is Annalyn T. Hagwaling of Dynamic Youth. See you at CU.
And we are back to our Dynamic Youth. we will continue more on listening to the inspiring stories of our students to professionals, their stories of hard work and perseverance. Back to you, Doc.
Okay, welcome back here in Dynamic Youth. I'd like to ask now, heto si lang tatlo, no? Si Marlene, si Teacher Fiona, at saka si Teacher Chris. What was in the program? You know, you went through the program, di po ba? Working scholars, a scholarship grantee. You know, with the program that you entered into, how did it change your lives? Let's start with Marlene.
Well, actually, I am very grateful with this program because it makes me who I am now.
I am very blessed that the Lord God has given the Capital University the heart and the compassionate generosity for all of us students now who are incapacitated for sending ourselves to school. And we're very thankful because they have let us reach our dreams in life, and they have let us succeed in whatever ambitions we desire for who we are right now. And we're just so much blessed because they have this great heart for the people like us.
Siguro for me, the compassion that this university have shared to the working scholar is the same compassion that I have now with my students. Na I do not look at them only as the people who pays for my for my salary, but I actually look at them as my brothers, if pwede, anak. So my brothers and my sisters who I really want to help kasi the university is yun din yung isang goal ng university, to really help the students, not just the regular students but as well as yung kami, yung mga working
So for
scholars.
those who fail in your classes, so kayo dalawa kasi you're teachers eh. So for those who fail in your class, and you know these are working scholars or maybe scholarship grantees, do you go the extra mile to sit down with them and help them out, resolve whatever issues they have so that they can rise again?
Yes, we do, because we do have our consultation hours. So most especially for the moments of decision makings of letting a student pass or not, it is actually like a moment also with them wherein we can have a heart-to-heart talk. And I guess that's also a way for us to let them be reminded that we have also gone through such stage. If we're able to overcome it, then they also can. And be able to give some pieces of advice so that maybe we do not know what are they also struggling. In just giving them some sort of inspiration or challenge, then later on maybe they eventually will realize something that is worth in them, that's also going to light up that fire in them to really even persevere and move on in life.
Say you, Teacher Chris, have you encountered a student who is very promising, working scholar then, and yet parang nakita mo, bakit kaya bumabagsak ang batang ito? Have you encountered students like that?
I actually had one student last semester. She is a BSBA student, and she's a working scholar assigned at the Cubed. And of course, as a teacher, you can really see the potentials in your students. And I really see that potential in her. And I know the way she speaks and the way she the outputs that she gives to the class are really good, above average, if I must say. But the problem with her not getting really high grades is that there are instances or classes that she miss because of she has a duty, because Cube is far from here, I think 30 minutes from CU main campus, and so the travel is long, and it really affects. Sometimes when I give quizzes in the first part or the middle of the class, and then sometimes
So,
she misses. And then, of course, there are assignments that she misses because she forgets. because of the many
So
things
how
that
did
she
you
has.
inspire her para makaahon siya doon sa problemang yon?
I had this opportunity to talk not only to her but to other scholars as well at the Cube. I was invited to talk before them, and she was there, and I think so she was inspired because she actually told me that, "Sir, thank you. Because of that, I have a change of perspective towards her situation right now."
Marlene, meron bang pagkakataon nung ikaw ay naging estudyante na you were ready to give up?
Yes, many times. Actually, I can handle my work, I can handle my studies, but the moment that I had family problem, conflict with my father, that's the time that I decided to quit. I resigned from my work. It was 2007. I went to Cebu and then I decided to find job there and maybe stay for good. But then there was a dean, it was Captain Lubuntol, who was appointed as a new lead dean that time. He encouraged me to go back. Parang mas may tiwala kasi siya sa akin that time eh. And then he saw my potential. He considered me as an asset of the department. So, nagpadala siya ng pera para pamasahe ko pa uwi. So, that day, I processed my papers for enrollment, my reapplication letter, and then my enrollment.
And you never regretted that decision?
Never, because I have also the urge to finish my
Okay.
studies.
Ma'am, Doktora, heto po ba narinig natin itong mga success stories ng mga batang ito at yung ating mga professionals. Is there something else in the program na sa tingin ninyo ay pwede pa nating i-improve upon? Or do you see the program as something already na okay na ito for the time being?
I believe the current program is enough,
Sufficient na siya.
sufficient, because aside from the free tuition fees and everything, they're also given allowance, and usually the immediate boss would also share something to them, like food if they do not have.
So parang considered as a family ikaw dito. So yun yung concept na ginawa nila.
Yes
So
po.
yeah, napakaganda no. So balikan kita, Ael. Narinig
Yes, Doc.
natin yung kanilang input dito. Siguro tanungin natin yung ating mga working scholars ngayon. Unang tanong ko sa inyo what sacrifice have you yung sacrifice na meron ikaw ngayon para lang maipagpatuloy mo yung pagiging pag-aaral mo at the same time, pagtatrabaho mo, so that you'll be able to achieve your dream?
Would like to go first? All right. Take us away.
Good evening, Doc. My name is John, and I'm serving Admissions and External Affairs Office. I think yung mga sacrifices na I'm doing right now is actually I don't have enough time to be with my friends anymore. Like during high school, I always with them. Ngayon, paminsan-minsan na lang, hindi na like every day, hindi na every Friday, every Saturday, yung sometimes na lang kung meron akong vacant time.
So it's more of time socializing,
Yes, po.
no? Yun yung isa sa mga sacrifices. What about our other working scholars? Can you share an experience with us very briefly na para bang it's an experience worth sharing na kahit na kayo ay working scholars, you would say na, heto, this is the best path for us dahil heto yung pwede nating gawin upang maatim natin yung ating ambisyon.
Would like to go next?
Good evening once again. My name is Rafi Kunanan. I'm currently serving the College of Computer Studies. Well, my great experience that I could somehow give to Ponder is that time where though the office were so busy preparing for the accreditation of PACOCOA, still I was able to submit all the requirements needed in the finals last year. So I find it very interesting and very fulfilling.
Okay, napakaganda, no? It's more of time management. What about those who are encountering challenges now in your studies? Siyempre, hindi naman biro maging working scholar. So how are you able to relate now or to say na, heto ay kailangan ko ipagpatuloy kasi kayang-kaya ko itong gawin?
Next? All right.
Para sa akin, hindi ako nawala ng pag-asa na maging isang working student. Kasi para sa akin, bilang working student, may malaking posibilidad na magkaroon ng trabaho dahil kung mag-apply ka sa isip ng kuan na may experience na at alam na kung ano ang gagawin.
Thank you. Now, last question to our working scholars. How is your current experience juggling time, studying, working at the same time? How does it now affect your relationship with your family, with your friends, or maybe with God?
Okay.
Good evening once again. I'm Elton James Camino, assigned at University Library from the College of Education. For being a working scholar is not easy because you divide your time between your study and work. But despite of that experiences right now, the one thing that I put always in my mind is time management. Time management between my study, my work, the family, and serving God. Because currently, from Monday to Saturday, I'm in school, working, and at the same time as a student. But when I home, I serve with my family, I develop my relationship with my family, and the same time in Sunday from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m., I serve in our church. Because everything that we do, it is whatever success that we will be reached in the future, it is in God's glory. Because we will not reach our success without God. So it is not always study and work, but also with the time with God. Because with God, nothing is impossible. Thank you.
Yeah, let's give them a round of applause. Heto no, kayo mga professionals na din kayo. And these are, parang nakakataba ng puso, nakikita natin sila. Napaka ano nila, you know, they are so determined to succeed. Have you in any way, from your experiences, kasi dumaan din kayo doon, naghirap din naman kayo para marating kung saan kayo ngayon. Have you in any instant, during those years of difficulties, na naisip ninyo na para bang sinisisi ko yung mga magulang ko kasi hindi enough yung kanilang binibigay upang maging regular student ako? What do you think, Sir Chris?
Never did it occur to my mind to blame my parents. Probably because maybe siguro din in my personality, I am not the kind of person who parang sulk sa tabi kasi ganito yung buhay ko, ganyan. Hindi ko sila sinisi. Instead, I just take everything as parang yun lang talaga ito talaga yung buhay ko. I mean, if my parents did their part, kung meron man silang hindi ginawa for me, I think hindi ko na yon dapat parang bigyan ng ikasama ng loob ko. And then, I mean, kung sasama ang loob ko, what can it do to me? Parang ganun. So, in my part na lang, I take it as a challenge and parang I just offer it to the Lord and then ito talaga to pray. And then, and ito din yung palagi kong iniisip. When you pray, do not beg kasi ibibigay naman talaga niya yon. And then, when you pray, believe.
Okay. Ma'am Doc, yung ano natin, yung mga mindset ng ating mga kabataan, paano pagka sila bumagsak? Does it affect them, you know, in totality? Kumbaga, meron ba tayong mga pangyayari dyan na pagka bumagsak sila at natanggal sila or matatanggal sila sa program, how does it affect them emotionally?
Normally,
And is your office capable of handling these events?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Normally, the reaction if one has a failing grade is to get depressed, they feel sad. But then, what we usually do in school is, before the final grade is uploaded, during the prelim period, those with failures are referred to the guidance office for counseling, and then we see to it that we followed them up in the midterm until the final.
Okay, so at least meron kayong remedial measures na for emotional support sa kanila. So balik natin kay Ael. Ael, maybe our audience would like to ask questions to our panelists.
Yes, Doc, we have a number of students who would like to ask some questions to our panelists. The first one here is, he is the president of a recognized organization here in the campus. Just state your name and from what office.
I'm Jekyll Carl. Good evening, ma'am, sir. I'm Jekyll Carl. I'm Jekyll Carl Estaniel from the College of Business Administration. My only concern is, ma'am, sir, with all your respect, ma'am, did it happen na points in your life nga you say na you didn't enjoy the things that regular student enjoy, I mean, other pleasures, and then how did you deal with it, ma'am, mentally and emotionally, and knowing now that you are way higher than your status before, how did you deal with it?
All right.
Ganda ng tanong nila. Sagutin muna ha.
Alright.
Okay, yes. Who would like to answer that? Which of the three of you? Aha, nagtinginan na. Si Ma'am Fiona yata, okay?
Fortunately, I belong to the dance troupe. Therefore, I have an exposure to dancing in certain hotel or travel to such a place. So I seem to not have that much problem with socialization. And I am kind of having also set of friends, group of friends within the organization where we could have some fun time every after practice or even during presentations or like invitations outside. We actually have fun also, like even chit-chatting will always be meaningful if you are with a group of real friends with you.
Okay. Another question from
Next
our
one, Doc, from the Education Department, a very charming lady by the name of?
My name is Vaika. Good evening, ma'am, sir. When you're still a working student, how do you handle people discriminating you?
Okay, siguro kausapin natin si Marlene.
Well, actually, I don't feel
Did you encounter na nadi-discriminate ka?
No, actually, even though I graduated college, few of my classmates only know that I am a working student. Because most of my time, I stayed in the office. So, I don't have much time in the campus room.
Okay, what about you, Sir Chris? Did you?
I did not feel man any discrimination. If there were people discriminating me, I did not feel man pod any. So,
Kung meron man, dead ma lang. Yes, last question, please.
This is second to the last, ma'am, if I may. Okay. All right. Okay, stand up. From College of Education also, your question is? And name first, sorry.
Okay, good morning. My name is Erwin Langam from the College of Education. Ma'am, sir, when you were still in college or still a student, is there any feeling of being shamed on your part as a working student? And what would be your advice for those students whose mindset is like that, particularly in the maintenance area?
Yung ibig sabihin, yung parang ang feeling nila na mababa sila, yung self-esteem nila mababa, di ba? So they feel embarrassed. So let's ask siguro Sir Chris.
For me, kasi when I applied for, sabi ko sa isip ko noon, kahit maintenance lang, mapasok ako, basta makapag-aral ako dito sa CU, it's fine. Although, luckily, hindi ako, not really luckily, if unlucky yung nasa maintenance. Pero, hindi ako napunta sa maintenance. Pero, if you think na parang kahiya-hiya itong ginagawa ko, parang, siguro, you're pointing yung ganong feeling na nagwawalis, naglilinis ng banyo, or nagsiserve ng mga customers, or ng students sa canteen, or whatever. I mean, hindi naman yan magiging ganyan kung hindi mong iisipin na ganyan. Okay? And why not just think of it as, this is my opportunity to be better in the future. I will not stay like this. This is just momentarily. After this, I will be better, and that would what matters more.
Okay.
Diba?
Yes, last question.
A binibining Pilipinas question from the College of Education also by the beautiful Tiffany. And her question is?
I would like to know if how would you still manage your time with your love life, and also to find time with dealing or socialize with your friends.
Wow.
Love life.
Ito yung gusto natin kasi masyado yatang ayaw nila isali. So how did you deal with that, Marlene?
To tell you honestly, I am working in a College of Maritime Education. Most of the students there are male. And I graduated college without boyfriend because I prioritize my studies. And it's very difficult to manage time and work.
Okay, so napaka-ideal ng mga estudyante, ha, AL? Okay, now, yes. So, sabihin na natin, what is the formula for you, for the three of you? What is your formula for success? Is there such a thing as A plus B equals C? Or the square root of this equals to this? So, is there such a thing as a formula for success? Let's start with Ma'am Fiona.
I do believe that we are nothing and we can do nothing without God in our lives. We are indebted of our wisdom, of our talents, our skills, and whatever we possess, even our own very bodies, are given by God or are created by God. Therefore, I just certainly believe that when we have God, just like how Matthew 6:33 would say, if you see God first in your life, then all these things are going to be added unto you. There's no such thing as success without God in our lives. He is the only source of wisdom, just as how He has given it to Solomon. And even wealth and long life shall be added once we just have the Lord.
What about Sir Chris? What is your formula?
For me, you really have to start with a dream. I mean, you really have to have something that you want to achieve. And then, of course, you have to pray for it. And again, when you pray, you believe na you will have it. And then, of course, you do not stop with praying only. You have to take the first step towards it. Sometimes the first step is the hardest, scary. But you really have to do that. Okay, that scary part, you really have to do that. Because eventually, with your determination and of course with the providence of the Lord, you will get to wherever you want to go.
What about Marlene? What was your formula to
I
succeeding?
want to share this to all working scholars. This is my formula. First, study hard, plus work hard, multiply by the prayer, equals success. Why? You need to study hard for you to have good grades. Plus, you need to work hard, for you to maintain your scholarship. And then multiply by a prayer because everything will be useless without God. And I felt that time that God never failed to help me or to guide me. And then the result, it was a very sweet success. Because I graduated college with an Endeavor Award. And this award was only given or intended to those working scholars who finished more than 3 years. And I treasure that success always and always in my life.
Doktora, etong mga na-mention kanina nila, sa mga tanong nila, it's more of what does it do to one's self-esteem? Yung pagtatrabaho na nag-aaral na yung mga kasama mo naman, regular students. So, paano po ninyo hinahandle yung mga ganyan? Pero po ba kayo na-encounter na pupunta sa inyo at magsasabi na, Doc, kasi parang ang feeling ko, nahihiya naman ako, kaya hindi ako masyadong inspired to do it?
In the case of those from the maintenance department, they usually do the cleaning. I will usually tell them, do not feel you are, do not feel humiliated with your job, with your work. But I will tell them now, you are appreciated because you have the humility to do it just to reach your ambition, your goal.
Napakaganda nung sinabi niyo, Doktora, humility in order for you to achieve what you would want to be. Diba, isa dapat yan sa virtues na meron tayo. Dapat hindi tayo mahiya kahit na anong trabaho pa ang pasukin natin. Napakabilis ng oras ko dito, AL. I'd like to thank our guests. And of course, Teacher Chris, is there something you would like to address our viewers and our audience to inspire them?
For me, I was not only a working student, but I also was a student who started college at what do you call that? At a ripe age. Parang ganun. I was 24 when I entered college. So, parang if you really want that, kung gusto mo, and I must say na dapat gustuhin nyo talaga. Because if you are here, from where I am, napakaganda ng, the perspective is better from compared to kung nasa, nung before. Okay? So, gustuhin nyo, kung hindi nyo pa gusto, at kung gusto nyo na, gawin nyo na ang dapat nyong gawin at kung if the opportunity is already with you, okay, do not waste it and gawin nyo na ang lahat na pwede nyong gawin. Give up nyo yung mga girlfriends or boyfriends nyo kung kailangan. Kasi at the moment, this is what is most important. Okay? And I mean to say that education is really important, especially
Okay, what about
here.
Teacher Fiona?
As for me, we do believe that nothing happens by accident. And we are all a product of God's grace. We may not deserve wherever we are right now, but God has given that because He loves us. Therefore, He sees all of us equally, whether you are man or woman, right? We are all created by God, and we are we are the apples of God's eyes. Therefore, you are special. Not special child, okay? Therefore, we are given this chance to excel and to give God the glory of everything that we do. Then we know that when we have God, everything will really fall into its perfect place.
Okay, Marlene, what is your inspiring message to our viewers?
For those students, working and regular students, always put your studies as your priority. And always have the determination, plan, very important, plan and ambition in life.
Okay, Dr. Rai?
To all the graduating fourth-year students, this is now the time I am inviting them to come to Capital University and apply for scholarship. Actually, Doc, we are offering academic scholarship, free scholarship exam until March, and we are having 150 slots. And for the working scholars, some are graduating, so for those who are interested, I think you have to start applying now.
Okay, what about Ael? What is your message to our viewers?
One time I was walking in Manila and I saw a very big poster at LRT. It says, the more you do, the more it works. So let's live strong and live hard. Thank you. Back to you, Doc.
Okay, remember that having to work your way through college is not a joke. But remember also that it is through this hard work that you become who you are. The degree that you earn is not all about diplomas, but it is all about the skills that you gain along the way. Magandang gabi po sa atin.